Well, greetings everybody. Tonight we're going to be making a venison stew. This is the Firebox 5-way cast iron, so we're going to be doing the stew in that. I now have the second skillet pan, so we'll be doing recipes with this at a later date where you use them in conjunction with each other. We also have the Firebox Freestyle modular stove here. Now I've done 6 cooks with this in 6 different environments, and the one environment that I haven't used it is at home. And actually I think the Firepit 8 is perfect for some home cooking. We're going to be doing the stew tonight on the Firepit 8. I just think the way I'm going to set it up, there is an instruction booklet with this, and also there's an instructional video from Firebox Stove. I have watched it, but sometimes, you know, I like to do things out in the field. You've got to tweak things and try different things as well, so I'll just set it up tonight how I think it'll be useful for me. We'll get to that in a while. We'll get it out of its box and we'll get it set up. So we're going for the Firepit 8 tonight. So this is one stove and it's 4 panels, and each stove will have a damper door, and each stove is numbered. The panels are numbered 1 there, that's 4, we have a 2 and a 3. And whatever configuration I do, I always work from the panels of 4. So what I mean by that, this is a twig stove right here and now, 4 panels, can be reduced to 3. You take out a couple of pins, remove a panel and make a triangle. Now if I'm going to go from that triangular configuration to a Bushcraft 6 for example, which is 6 panels, or perhaps a Firepit 8, which we're going to be doing today, I would rebuild the triangle back to the 4 and then I would go from there. To make the Firepit 8 we have the 2 stoves, each with 4 panels. I've got the number 1 on each stove facing me. I'll just remove the right hand pin here from each one, that's all. Then I just want to open that up like you would a book, and then we want to open up the other one. And if you have a look at that, they're almost, well, they are identical right now. That's the thin side, so I'll just flip this around so that we get that thicker part in there. That's the stove ready, apart from putting the pins back in. That's 1. And that's 2. There's a damper door and a damper door on the opposite side there. That configuration, there's your Bushcraft 8, but we're going to go for a Firepit tonight, so we'll get that set up. So when you get the 2 stoves, you get the accessories and you get various different lengths of fire sticks here. These ones are designed to hold this in place, but this is the additional support now, and this is the grate which is going to go down. I just put the fire sticks where I want and then just simply slot that in. That's it. That's so simple, and it's really sturdy. We are ready to get that fire going. We're ready to get that stew on and get cooking. Here's your damper doors opposite each other. Perfect. Let's go. So you can get some pretty big wood in here, which is what I like. If you're wondering why I've got this raised, I've just got a slightly sore back, so I just put those 2 logs there just so it's a little bit more elevated. I'm going to sit down and cook tonight. But you can get some decent wood in like that, and then we'll just build a little fire in there and that'll all catch. Bit of trouble with the old lighter here. There it goes. There we go. Get that fire going. So I haven't given too much thought to how I'm going to do this here. I know it's fairly simple. We're talking about a venison stew. I do have to configure things, I think, to suit what I want. I want the stew to tick away, but I also want to put some wood in underneath there easily. So I'm going to leave a gap so I can put wood in. A decent size wood, you know, nice thick bits, just 1 or 2 bits that keep going. That fire's going good and strong and I can feel the warmth from it. It's very nice. So it's that smell as well when you're outdoor cooking like this. I'm at home. That's the thing, you know, you can cook your meals at home. I'm not using my stove top. Saving it, no electricity. Now I've got all these are from the various different configurations that you can do. This for example is the grate for the Bushcraft 6. Open it up, Bushcraft 8. That'll be in the previous video if you want to see that. We might use it here, we might not. We'll have a look, we'll have a play. That's the fun part of it. Right, well, I am next to a busy road here. I get 30-second intervals sometimes when no cars come past. This is how I try and film so that you at home don't have to hear all the cars, but it does make it a bit difficult as well. I've got just the main grill on there. We're going to put the skillet in. I want to brown off my meat first. We might remove that after then to try something else. Get some oil in there. Already that smells good. Well, that just smells so good. I'm just doing this to seal the meat off, get some flavour in there, but to hold the juices in there as well. I could have coated the meat in flour. That helps to thicken the sauce as you do your stew, but I found cooking in cast iron sometimes it reduces so nice that I don't need to do that. So just going to take this aside now. Got our handle here, which I use as my scraper to move my meat about, but also it just simply slots in there, and then I can pick up my skillet pan and move it. As you can see, that fire is burning super nice. I'm just going to take this grill off. Might get a bit more wood in there, maybe over to one side now. Right, let's have a look and see what we're going to do here. I mean, I've never cooked this before actually, I'm just sort of making it up as I go along. Might sound like a surprise. Not bad, that's not going anywhere. It's going to allow me just to feed the fire under it there. Get some pretty decent sized bits of wood in. Just get a tad of oil in there. I just want to get that veg in. I'm not really going to fry it off too much here. Going to get some Guinness in there. That'll do. A few more. We'll get a bit of wood in. A bit like that, burn slowly. Another little bit there, not so big, that'll just burn a bit quicker. Just get things going. Some meat in there now. Get the other lid on. Let that get up to heat. Well, that's just bubbling away amazingly nice. The smell too. I love the configuration I've got here. It's solid, perfect. Plenty of space for me to put in some decent sized wood. This is an easy cook. It's just a venison stew. So I'm able to go and do a few tasks now while that just bubbles away. I come out, put another bit of wood in there. Easy. That's why I like it. You've got all the little things you can play with as well. One thing I did wrong, I always do something wrong in an outdoor cook. When you're filming, you're concentrating too much sometimes on the filming itself. So if I didn't have the camera, I'd be really focused on what I'm doing here. But I'm also listening for cars, trying to get angles, make sure it's focused, all sorts of things. I had one of the little feet here just hanging over the side of the tin, so there was a slight wobble and I was like, what's going on there? This was earlier on. I don't know if it came up on camera. very easy to rectify. I just put the foot back in there and now it's solid as anything. A little bit of salt in there. We are getting there, we're getting there. A little bit of pepper as well. That's pretty much everything now. I put a little bit of that tomato passata in there and I think, yep, the Guinness is reducing. I put a little bit of liquid in there, that's reducing. Fire's just ticking away nice. I think another piece of wood and that'll do us. Right, it's all very nice. We're not going to win any culinary awards for this one, or maybe the way it looks. I will win an award for positioning myself in that smoke though. I've got a knack for that. Here it comes. But it's very nice, tasty. A hearty, simple meal. I mean, that's all I want. Really didn't cost too much either. Again, I say no electricity used. Bit of water as well. Yeah, fantastic. Right, thanks for watching this one. Hope to see you again. Cheers.